Todd Grimshaw, played by Gareth Pierce, is entering a somber Christmas season on the set of Coronation Street as he remains trapped in an abusive relationship with Theo Silverton, played by James Cartwright. In recent weeks, Theo's behavior has shifted from controlling jealousy to overt violence. Todd is increasingly exhausted, withdrawn, and desperate. But somewhere, the first signs of resistance are beginning to emerge. Gareth Pierce shares that Todd has begun to sense the real danger, something he can no longer justify or fix. But Todd is too deeply mired in shame and fear to free himself. Even when the incident involving the mirror leads them to the emergency room, Todd lacks the courage to confide in anyone. He is too ashamed of his situation and of being deceived in the very relationship he once trusted. Christmas offers a brief respite from the abuse. Theo invited George Tony Maudsley, Christina Amy Robbins, Summer Harriet, Billy, and Glenda Jodie Pringer to lunch. Summer even gave Todd tickets to an Andrew Scott movie because she knew Todd had always admired the actor. However, just hearing that Todd liked someone, even a stranger, was enough to ignite jealousy in Theo. While everyone was playing a word game, Theo sat beside them, trying to suppress his anger. Finally, he smashed a wine glass. The sound was small, but his gaze darkened the room. On Boxing Day, he retaliated in his own way. He booked a short vacation for the two of them on the same day as Andrew Scott's event, ostensibly as a gift, but actually to prevent Todd from attending. The jealousy flared up again at George and Glenda's party at Bistro. Nick Ben Price chatted with Todd, and Sarah Tina O'Brien inadvertently mentioned to Theo that Nick had once been Todd's first love. That casual remark made Theo's face flush. He made an excuse to get some cake and dragged Todd along. As soon as they reached the car, his anger flared up. When Todd tried to resist, Theo immediately drove away, leaving Todd standing in the middle of the road. On New Year's Eve, Todd was trembling so much that even the slightest sound startled him. Summer noticed this. Billy was secretly worried. He had seen similar signs in people abused by Yasmin, and what he saw in Theo's treatment of Todd made him feel uneasy. At the party at Bistro, Sarah inadvertently mentioned that Nick was Todd's first love, further increasing Theo's suspicion. Leaving the party, in the car, Theo yelled at Todd and accused him of flirting with Nick. Todd ignored his defenses. When Todd got out of the car, Theo drove away, leaving Todd in a state of shock and numbness. New Year's Eve was filled with fear. As the countdown clock began, the laughter and glittery confetti made Todd feel suffocated. That night, Theo completely lost control. He unleashed his anger with a slap that stunned Todd. Then, as always, he turned to blame. "You made me do this." Todd left when Theo's phone rang. He wandered through the cold night, sending only a single text message. He couldn't stay any longer. But when Theo texted back, "I can't live without you," guilt and shame pulled Todd back to the man who had once terrified him. The next day, a minor incident occurred when Todd spilled orange juice on his shirt. Theo coldly told him to wash it off. As Todd bent over the sink, Billy inadvertently saw the mottled bruises on his back. Those injuries couldn't be explained by any lie. Billy gently but firmly told Todd to leave. Todd instinctively denied it, confused, embarrassed, and still believed he loved Theo. He believed love meant endurance. He thought he was the man worthy of being with her. He thought he was weak, but Billy didn't leave. He sat down and said in a soft, calm voice, "I'll take you to a safe place. You don't need to come back tonight." Todd smiled bitterly, but Theo continued calling, texting, sending messages that were both pleading and manipulative, suffocating Todd. If he left, Theo threatened things would get worse. Finally, thanks to Billy's persistence, Todd agreed to go. They picked up a small bag and quietly left the apartment, like two refugees fleeing a war zone. At the safe house, a woman named Karen greeted them with a kindness Todd had forgotten. Karen didn't ask for proof. She only asked Todd how he needed help. Todd slumped onto the beige sofa, sobbing uncontrollably, while Billy sat beside him in silence. They began the procedures. Calling the police, documenting the injuries, seeking psychological counseling. Todd received calls from Theo 3 times in an hour. The messages were filled with love, then guilt, then anger, and finally, threats as sharp as a knife. "You belong to me. You will regret this." Todd's sleep was haunted by Theo's ghost.